business? You're going to want to hear this.
If you own a business, you need Next Insurance.
Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. I really do. Stephanie Garden, hello. Tommy Carolina Homestead, hello. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. Good morning. We are going to talk about low cash gardening.
Are you tired of seeing cell phone towers
Garden
everywhere?
of Eden. Hello, how are you? Antoinette, hello. Thank you for coming in. Chit Chat Queen, hello. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Guys, welcome. Coming in, please smash the like button. Lady Helava, hello. How are you? Miss Farola, good morning. Thank you guys for coming in. I really do appreciate you for being here. All right. I gotta talk to my sister, Miss Farola, and see how she can help me where I can get set up a little bit quicker, because it's a process when you go live, and everybody that went live kind of know you got to get everything set up before you can focus on your chat. But thank you for coming in. I hope everyone is doing well. I appreciate you all being here. We're going to talk about low cash gardening. At first I was going to title this live gardening when broke, but I didn't want to sound offensive, so I just said low cash gardening. I thought that would be more appropriate, because sometimes our cash is low, and for some of us, we live on a budget, and there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, it's a good thing if you can even stick to the budget. That'll be great. But with the fixed income, sometimes we say it's just not in the budget to garden. This is like my last call to action to get you guys to get out there and grow your own food. It is so super important that we do this. And right now, we're like in a recession. But it's like a shh, you're not. Yes, we are. We are in a recession. We have a lot of people that's out of work, and in spite of the fact that they are opening back up the world, so to speak, with the jobs, a lot of people not going back. A lot of people can't go back, and some jobs have not rebound and can't rebound to open back up. So you have a lot of small businesses that, didn't make it through these couple of months. Even with the aid of government, it was still kind of difficult for them to hold on, because before the pandemic happened, they were running on a thread. Anyway, Melanie, the moderator, thank you for being here. Charles Robinson, it's good to see you. Charles, I left you a message in your last response to me. So if you can't read it, just go up in my about section, my email, and email me. Or if you still got my number, just send me a text, because I got something that I want to give you. If you're interested in it, you can have it. And so thank you guys for being here. I appreciate. We got 10 people in the building, 6 thumbs up. If you have not smashed that like button for the host, please make sure that you smash the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Low cash gardening. Now that things are the economy is trying to, people are trying to go back to work. Some people won't go back to work. This is the perfect time for us to instead of stressing about what we're going to eat, how we're going to eat. I want to eat healthy, but now I know it's not affordable, or I want to go plant-based, and oh my goodness, it's not going to be affordable. We seeing what's going on in the markets today with food shortages. Even before the pandemic, we were seeing signs of food shortages. I don't know what's going on with government, but I do know one thing: we the last to know anything. So what we have to do is we have to govern ourselves and make sure that we are prepared. And there has been a call to action for everyone to grow your own food. Almost every YouTuber on the platform has been urgent, and every homesteading channel has been urgent to and trying to encourage people to grow their own food. And because you are low on cash, or you're on a budget and you think this is unaffordable, we're going to go through ways that might just be affordable for you, almost to the point that it's just about research and creativity. That's all you need. If you can think something, a plan up, and get it in your head and put it into existence, you can garden. So let's get started on that. Again, welcome everyone. Deborah Glad Tidings. Hello. Thank you for being in here. I appreciate you. Nay Love. Hello. Thank you for being here. It's so good to see you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Number one, gardening is meant to save money. I mean, we all know that. We garden. Some of us garden because we want to control what we put in our body, but others garden because it saves us a lot of money with produce being so high. So what gardening means to save money, we have to figure out cost-effective ways that we can grow our own food where we are actually saving money. Last year, I bought everything starts. Just about everything starts. Well, 90% of my garden was bought from starts. And I noticed last year that starts were starting to get very, very expensive. So with that being said, and starts being expensive like that, it's like, how much money am I really saving? Because I just spent, close to $100 last year just on my plants alone. And that was crazy. I mean, a flat, and I'm talking about my beneficial plants too for the garden, like my marigolds and things that I put in the garden to help deter certain pests. That even became expensive because a flat of marigolds was starting to run up into $8, $9. And that's crazy. So we have to figure out ways that we can do this inexpensively. Is it going to take a little work? Absolutely. A little patience, a little work, but you can do it. And that's by growing from seeds. That's the number one thing that we can do, is grow from seeds. So you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars. It's okay, even if you do 50-50. Okay, this year I'm going to do 50-50. I'm going to do 50% seeds and the rest I'll do start. Mix it up, and to the point where you get so confident in what you're doing. So you get so confident in what you're doing that you'll look up and you 100% starting from seeds and have an overflow to bless somebody else for seeds. I'm going to keep checking down in the chat. You still save with starch if you look at it from the benefit of your health. That's absolutely right. You do save from starch if you look at it at the benefits of your health, because you're actually still growing your own food, but you're not getting it out of the grocery store. You're nourishing that plant yourself, so you know what amendments you put in there. But starch has become so expensive lately, and I don't know if anybody bought starch this year yet from a nursery. They're expensive. They was expensive last year. My nursery did open up. My favorite nursery did open up, and I was so happy to see them. Um, and they were packed. They wasn't social distancing at all. They was packed because people wanted to get in there and get their stuff because this is what they do. But the cost, I'm sure, is high. Food Forest Permaculture. Hello, hi backyard gardener. I lost it up there and I tried to get it down here. I'm sorry. So starts it can be a little expensive. How to garden? Hello, hi backyard gardener, fellow earthlings, planting and harvesting radish today. We'll learn running to hear you like number 12. Thank you, Food Forest, for coming in. How to garden? Thank you for being here. Missy, hello. How are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Terry Smith, hello. Thank you for being here. So yeah, we have to try to save money. So number one, let's get right into it. Pallets. We could break those pallets down because pallets, normally you see them on the side of the road and they're free. Pallets is a good way to start gardening. In the thumbnail, you seen how the person used those pallets and just plant it right in the pallets. Or you can break them apart and you can build raised bed from pallets. Now, the pallets are probably not going to last a very long time, but even if you get a season out of them, it was free. Because the majority of the times the pallets are free. If those pallets are blue, you don't want to get the pallets that are this nice color aqua light blue, because those are the pallets that are treated with chemicals, and you don't want those. But the regular wood pallets, if you have work around some type of factory or even grocery stores have them. If you ask them, they'll give them to you because they're not going to do anything with those pallets and they probably don't even want them. So those are free resources right there to build you a garden bed or to start gardening with those particular materials. Also, I told you how a lot of the bakeries, Sam Club, Costco, BJ's, they have big bakeries in the back and they have buckets. You can go back there and ask them for it really nicely. They'll give them to you free. So those are free resources. There is no excuse for us not to be able to grow our own food because we just can't afford it. We're not going to do that because you can't afford it. It can be affordable for you. Let's say that it can be affordable for you. Start composting. Soil is one of the number one things that we often have. We break the budget on because we're going out there. We're buying that Miracle Grow, or we're buying that catalogs and bags on bags on bags on bags, and that can really add up. Composting is one of the ways that it's going to give you two things. It's going to give you nutrients to your soil, which will be free fertilizer, and it also will give you soil amendments to build up your soil. Using brown material, using your grass clippings, using your leaves, using eggshells, using banana peels, all of these things, leftover veggies that, when you was chopping up those vegetables and you got leftovers, put them in a compost bin. Put one in your house, just a 5-gallon bucket with a top on it, and sit it there. It should not have a awful smell to it if you're doing it properly. So those are things that you can use to start composting your garden, because fertilizers are expensive, and we want to try to go as organic as possible if we can. So composting is a big thing, and over time it will break down to add to your soil. We already talked about start your seeds, start your plants from seeds. So that's another cost-effective way that we can garden on homemade potting soil. Miss Green Thumb, hello, thank you for being here. D Green Thumb, thank you for being here. How are you? I haven't seen your channel before, but welcome. Thank you. Um, Potting soil. Potting soil is another one to kind of break the bank. Hey, Angela Gardner says hello. Thank you for being here. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you made it in. Potting soil is another thing that will kind of break that budget, like we said. Get you a big, I think it's 4 cube big bag of peat moss. That's like $9 at the big box stores. And if you get that and you start amending your soil with that peat moss as a growing medium, I'm telling you, you still can you can grow. You can start and fill up those beds quick. You get you some potting mix, you get you peat moss, and you mix that up. And if you have to go and get the potting soil, which is a lot of heavier, that peat moss is going to make it, is going to aerate it. So you can mix that peat moss with that potting soil, and you can mix it together. And if you can grab a $5 bag of perlite, that'll be a bonus too. But if not, you can make it happen with that. And by using your compost that you had saved, if it had already had broken down, you can always add that, and you will have you some nice, good growing medium there. Terry Smith, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I had to reach in here and get my bell. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Terry, for that super chat. So that will be something that is very important, is the soil, because that's going to be the deal breaker. That's where your money is going to come in at. So learning to amend your own soil will be a big bonus for you if you're gardening on a budget, even if you're not gardening on a budget. Because learning to amend your own soil is going to be helpful for you in the long run, because even people that can afford to go out and buy this soil, why do it when you can amend your oil? You amend your own soil. That's just pretty much wasting money, in my opinion. So amend your own soil. That is a more cost-efficient way, which would be homemade potting soil. All right, and we talked about once you get through this season and your plants start to go to seed, save your seeds. Get you some jars, get you some envelopes. Go out there and harvest your seeds and save them. You will never have to spend money to buy seeds again. If you go to the dollar store, they sell seeds for $1. You don't have to order seeds online if you don't choose to, unless there's something particular that you want and you can't find it at the dollar store. Go to the dollar store and get you some seeds. It is very cost effective to garden. A lot of people think that it's very expensive. It's not. And sometimes when we think too hard into something, we wind up talking ourselves out of doing it. And that's not good. Sometimes you just gotta jump in and make it happen. We talked about the homemade fertilizer with the coffee grounds, the tea bags, the eggshells. Even some people use fish scraps. Grass clippings, leaves, the black leaf mulch. I'm telling you, in fall, rake them leaves up, put them in a black plastic bag, stick holes in the bag, wet the leaves down, sit them over somewhere, and by the time the season start next spring, you will have black leaf mulch. And to a lot of gardeners, it's like black gold. It has already broken down just that fast over the season if you keep it and you do it right. So black leaf mulch is another resource that's pretty much free, because a lot of the stuff that you're buying is something that somebody else put the work into making, like our compost. We buy all these bags of compost, and that's stuff that people have put work in to making, but it's something that you can do yourself. So a lot of times we have to try to just take that step, take that initiative, get out there and get growing. Coffee grinds, I don't drink coffee. If you don't drink coffee, we got coffee houses all over the states. You got Starbucks, you got Tim Hortons, you got Boogie Coffee, I believe it's called. I don't know the name of it, but you got different coffee houses, and you have different restaurants. If you are familiar with those restaurants and coffee houses, just go in there and ask them. Starbucks is known to giving away coffee grinds, so go in there, ask them. So these are natural ways that you can. I'm sorry, I'm getting texts coming through. These are natural ways and resources that you can use for free. What am I gardening? Well, you got your pallets, you got your buckets that you're getting free from the bakeries, the pallets that you're getting free from a lot of the factories and the stores. You're amending your own soil. It is a way. If we continue to talk ourselves out of doing things that are good for our health, we're never going to get healthy. We got to make at least say I did it 100%. I'm going to share something with you. When you about talking your way out of things. A lot of people, for example, want to have weight loss surgery. It's quick, it's fast, it's instant gratification. I would not have that surgery. Why? Because I don't feel like I gave it my 100%. And it's the same thing with anything that you do in life. Well, I'm not going to garden. I'll just buy my food from Whole Foods. But what if it comes a chance when you don't have the resources to buy your food from a Whole Foods? You don't have the resources or the monies or the means to even get there. You want to have a garden, even if you can afford Whole Foods. Even if you at the point where you feel you living your best life, grow a garden, because it's not just giving you food, but it's giving you a sense of accomplishment. It's giving you a stress reliever. Sometimes you're stressed out. You go out in that garden, it just calms you down. And I'm telling you, gardening is beneficial in many ways. Many ways. Let me get back into the chat. Let's see. Natural Way. Natural Way. Hello, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see if I'm missing anything. All right. So is there any questions or suggestions? Because we're here to help each other. What are some of the natural ways that you are gardening? I watched Jake and Nicole. They moved out in Canada, and they're on this raw land. And this guy have the most beautiful garden beds, and he did not go and purchase them. He cut them right down out in the woods, and he made borders with the tree logs. Whatever you have, you got a bunch of rocks, or somebody broke up some cement or a sidewalk or whatnot, you can make a border out of almost anything. Melanie, the moderator, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. So these are things. Miss Brown, Miss B-Town, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hello. I think this is my first time seeing you and Natural Way. Thank you guys for coming in. Okay, you have to ask the question in the chat. Go ahead. What is your question? I need to start saving my hubby coffee grounds. Okay. What is your question for me, Natural Way? Because if I don't answer them because I'm not seeing them, somebody else in here will answer them for you, because you're amongst some really great gardeners as well and knowledgeable people. Backyard garden, I had a question about the seeds. I had heirloom seeds to harvest them. Do I just place them on paper towel and let them dry out from natural way? Oh, okay. That was the question. Yeah, you can put them on paper towel and let them dry out. That's fine. Or you can put them on a paper plate and let them dry out. Once they dry out, the key is on how you keep them, where they don't go bad. I don't put mine in a plastic bag. I prefer, fresh seeds like that, I'll prefer to put them in a paper envelope. So if you got a little small melon envelope, once they dry out, put them over in that envelope, seal them, and write down the date that you harvest those seeds so that you'll know in the future how old they are and the name of the seeds. So that's what you could do for that natural way. Thank you for that question. Many other questions about my seedlings. This is the time. This is the time to ask them if you feel like typing them out. I wish it was a way that we can talk where we didn't have to do so much typing. But like I say, you're amongst a lot of other gardeners, and they can give you different advice as well. A lot of people use plastic, and I'm not saying there's something wrong with plastic, but starting out to make sure that those seeds are dried out, I'll put them in a paper envelope first before plastic, because if they're not completely dried out and you put them in that plastic, you'll wind up creating mold, and your seeds will go bad, and you don't want that. Do I have string yards? I do not have string yards. I haven't got that savvy yet, but I'm thinking about looking into it, because a lot of other gardeners, a lot of other live streamers are using string yard. Gambans of rice haul. My friends, we have some videos of that on my channel. Okay, backyard gardening. My seedlings are becoming leggy because it's not getting enough sunlight. But I did learn that I can do reflectors with foils. Have you tried it? It's called Marlar. The film that I use. Let me turn. Let me see. That reflective film is actually called Marlar, but a lot of people use aluminum foil. Let me turn you over here. It's behind there. It looks like a mirror. That's actually like a foil, and that's the film that I use, and it does work well, that reflective film. But that might not be why your plants are getting leggy. Your plants probably are getting leggy because they're not close to the light. When you first start your seedlings off, you really have to have those plants super close to the dirt. And as they start to grow up, you move the light away or the plant down. If that plant have to reach for light, it's going to get leggy. Here's one of my tomato plants that I started from seeds. You see how thick? That's almost pencil thick. Now, the thing with this tomato plant is not leggy, but with a tomato, unlike other plants, they're very forgiving. And this is what you can do. Now, this plant is already tall because it should have been out there, but I'm in Michigan. I'm going to dig that plant down a little bit deeper. Or you can actually plant it like so, turn it up, and it'll start growing up, because all these little fiber hairs, those are potential roots for your plant. That's with the tomato. Can't do that with all of them. But a tomato plant, you can get away with that legginess by digging the plant deeper or laying it down vertically, covering it up, and letting it come up this way. And it's going to find the sunlight. It's definitely going to find the sunlight and come up. Steve Rogers, hello. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Tara, hello. Thank you. It's my first time seeing you in the live. Tara has been with the channel, and she's actually a content creator as well for many, many, many years. So it's very good to see you, sister. I appreciate you coming in. Can everybody tell me what growing zone that they're in? Therefore, each other, if you have a channel in here that you're looking at, you kind of can go into their zone. Just like I'm in zone 6B, Michigan. Somebody just said they were in 9. Y'all season start way before mine. So get to know people that's in different growing zones, including your own, most importantly. At least have a person that you can follow in your own growing zone. So if everybody could tell you what growing zone, what state you in growing zone, if you don't mind, put it up in the chat. We got Cheryl's Organic Food Force. Hello, Cheryl is in 8A. If you don't know your growing zone, Angela is from Maryland. She's in zone 7. Steve Rogers from Maryland, zone 7B. See, we got Steve and Angela in the same growing zone. Arrowhead is 8A, Georgia. All right. Let's see. Who else we got? I think I missed a couple of them. Let me go back. Annette is in 8B9A. So these are growing zones. If you don't know what your growing zone is, or what a growing zone is, actually a growing zone is the area that you're growing in, and it actually will tell you what your growing zone is if you go and Google it. What is my growing zone? Or you can go on different websites. Every state has an extension office. Mine is msu.gov. I can go in that MSU extension office and find out anything I want to know about what's going on with my state as far as gardening, as far as pests, as far as what trees normally grow here, as far as even if this hornet has been spotted here, if hummingbirds are here. Try it. Whatever your state is, go to the extensionoffice.gov and it'll give you all that information that you need to know about your growing zone and what's going on in your state. What flowers are native to your state. What type of soil is probably in your state and in your area. Whether it's clay, sandy loam, whatever it may be. You can find out a lot of information if you go in there. I don't trust a lot of what Google say. I'd rather go at my local extensions office online and find out pertinent information about what's going on in my area. And if there's certain weeds, they even have plants. They even have an area in there where you can actually look up plants. A lot of you say, well, what is this weed? Is this or this that? And you can break it down and compare what type of weed that is, whether it's a milkweed or whatever. So these are things that are very helpful to help you as a gardener. I just shrunk my chat. Very helpful for you as a gardener. All right. Let's see what else we have here. We're not going to be on here long. Backyard gardener. Okay, I read that one. Angela, oh, cool. I'm still getting warm weather and sticks. And the reason why I say get to know people in your zone is because when you get to know people in your own growing zone, it's like real time. Like right now, I'm on zone 6B. A lot of us in the north are experiencing a lot of rain. Last week, we experienced unnormal back-to-back frost dates. So these are things that is good to know, because if you in Georgia, your weather is totally different from mine. You probably started putting things in the ground almost a month ago, where here we're just putting stuff in the ground, so we're a little bit behind. If you're in California, Arizona, a lot of your brassica is probably now finna boat and go to seed, where ours are just thriving because it's still cool here. So y'all could be 2 months ahead of us, sometimes 3. So it's good to follow people in your zone, um, just for information purposes on when to go, when to get into it. That's why I made a community post saying, Northern Gardeners, hold on, not yet. We got frost coming, because I'm in the north. I can't speak too much for the south. Martine Brichot, hello. Thank you for coming in. White Flower Homestead, thank you for coming in. So, guys, I really do appreciate you coming in and spending time with me. I've been on here 35 minutes. I normally like to go to 40 minutes, but you know my goal is to start shrinking it down somewhere. I'm not on here so long and people can actually come back and start watching. Ginger, I think I just seen, yes. Ginger, hello, how are you? First time garden, doing good, just fighting off the bug and the heat. The bugs and the heat, yes. I'm not looking forward to the mosquitoes. I ain't looking forward to the heat either, but those mosquitoes be tearing me up. So, yep, you got to find different ways to get out there and make it happen. Low cash gardening, everything don't cost a lot of money, but if you have some resources where you can pick up the phone or go out, drive out, get those coffee grinds, and then you can make your own fertilizer right there in your yard. You got compost right in your yard. Everybody got some grass around them, some leaves. It's researching how to make natural fertilizers. How can I make compost? Research those things. Like I said, peat moss, you can get a big old cubic bag for $9, and you can start amending, use some soil with that peat moss. It's a great filler, and it will help. It will change your pH, but for a beginning gardener, we'll get more deeper into that. So you don't want to plant all straight peat moss, but you can use it as a filler to make your own soil. Okay? Carolina Gardner, hello. Thank you for being here. Martine Brichot is a 9A. So all you gardeners that are up there in the California, Arizona area, check them out. Because like I say, I'm from the north. I'm down in the north. So try to find somebody that you can follow in your zone. We got some people from Georgia here, which is awesome. I know a couple of great gardeners from Georgia. Great gardeners from in zone 6B, 7B, Jersey. And then the climate is different as well. Because we're going through a lot of rain right now here in the north. I'm not sure, that's just what we have. And it rained yesterday, it rained today. I'm supposed to go out today and check on the queen to make sure they let her out the hive, but that's not going to happen. I have to go out there tomorrow because it's not good to go on the hive when it's raining. So I'll get out there tomorrow, or if I get breaking rain, I'll get out there today. How to Garden is in 9B9A. There you go. Subtropical Florida. She can grow a lot out there. Man, sometimes I don't. It's like I want. Excuse me. It's like I want I want that element, but I don't want the heat. If that makes sense, because I want to be able to grow figs all year round without bringing them in. And in Florida, I wouldn't have to bring them in, but I wouldn't be able to stay out there. It's so hot. But I'm telling you, sometimes I don't even know what would be the ideal zone where it's not too hot not too cold as far as gardening goes, where you can start or get an early start without your plants bolting too early. That's the like weird things that I be thinking about. Like, what would be the ideal? Would it be 8A, 8B? Would that be the ideal place? But every state comes with pros, comes with cons. Tornado season, hurricane season, different stuff like that. Let me see. I see Angela is saying something to me. I saw you got your hive set up. Good luck with the bees and hope that you get lots of honey. I hope that I get lots of honey too. Actually, I really hope that these 50% of rye I wanted to become a beekeeper was for the honey, but the other 50% was to pollinate my garden. Um, to make sure that I get a abundance with all these fruit trees that I got around me. So I needed the pollinators to come in. And that's why I started beekeeping. It was something that I've been researching for over a year. I think last year I took you guys on in a class with me where Bees in the D, I took a class with them. So it's been in the making for a long time. It wasn't an overnight thought at all. And when you do things like that, you do have to do a lot of research. And I do encourage you to take a class before you do it, because it's a lot. It's a lot to it, but it is so possible to do. That's why I say we have to stop making excuses. If it's something that you really want to do, you can do it. Just step off into it, but research. That's all I'm saying. Research, research, research. The ideal zone allows you to grow year round. You can be zone 9 if you have a greenhouse, lead greenhouse plastic. Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. That grow all year round, that would be perfect. I mean, in some states you can do that. Like Brother Martin said, if you got a greenhouse, that will allow you to do it. I have a greenhouse and I still can't do it all year round, but it does. A greenhouse will allow you to get a jump start. If you're in the north and you have a greenhouse, it will allow you to get a jump start on your season, and it will allow you to extend your season if you are a container gardener, or if your greenhouse, if you're growing in your greenhouse. So it's not bad having a greenhouse or one of those grow tunnels. If you got the room for it, that would be a great investment if you're trying to grow your own food. Alrighty. You could tell as you spoke with the suppliers that you knew what you were doing. That is wonderful. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate it. I really do. I will be doing another video on the hive when I go into it, because I have to do the first inspection, which is to make sure that the queen has been released. If they haven't released her, I have to release her myself. And I also have to make sure that the bees are making, brewing out the frames, so that once they get all those frames, my bottom frames filled out, then I could put on my top box, which have my honey boards in there, frames, and then they can start making honey. But ideally, I probably will not get any honey this year, unless they're just some super awesome bees and they're brewing out those bottom frames for me. But if not, it's another thing that you have to be patient with. It's something that you're not going to get instant results, and that's all about gardening, is patience. All right, everybody, that is it. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate all 32. We got 27 thumbs up, 33 people in the building. If you have not smashed the like button, I would appreciate that you smash it for the host. I ask that you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Happy gardening, everybody.